Hi everybody, thanks for joining today. We're going to start with Chris Nightingale, Sky Sports News.
Hi Patrick, how you doing?
Really good, thank you.
If we could just start with the injury news, please. Anyone to update us on?
No. This morning we had a training and everybody was available. The only one that didn't start training with the squad yet is Nathan. But again, he's doing really well, and he should start taking some part of training with the team in the next couple of weeks.
And where are we with Eze at the moment? What's his recovery like?
It's been really good. He had a full week with the first team, where he did from the start to the end, and he's doing really well. So I was really pleased with where it is at the moment, but it's still too short again for him to take part in the game tomorrow.
And in terms of a return for him to come onto the pitch, are we looking at this side of Christmas?
Hopefully it will be before Christmas, yes.
Okay. And Will started on the bench against Newcastle. Is he likely to return to the starting lineup tomorrow?
We will make a decision tomorrow. Again, we'll have a full training session with the team, and he's doing well. We will make a final decision tomorrow morning.
You need to convert these draws into wins, but City haven't conceded a league goal at home this season. Small task for you tomorrow then?
Yeah, but it's a really good challenge to look at it, and there is no doubt about the strength of Manchester City squad, and it's going to be challenging for us. It's going to be challenging for any of the teams that's going to play there, but we have to be brave. We have to play with a strong personality, and we will try to, like you said early on, score those goals, because against those teams, when you create chances, you have to take it. And I think if we manage to do that, we will give them problems. But again, it's about personality. It's about having a really good game plan that we will have to respect. But we will go there and give our best and try to perform.
The good news is for you, they come into the game against you off a defeat. The last time they lost, they didn't win their next game either. Do you see that as a good omen for you to nick a point?
I don't even think about that. That is a good team, and good team in general don't lose 2 games in a row. This is the other side of seeing it. But we know it's going to be challenging, but we will be prepared to make it difficult for them, and hopefully we will take those chances that we will create.
When I told you just now about City losing, you had a little glint in your eye. I think you're hopeful.
We will give ourselves the best chance to make it difficult for them. And, there is no... You look at teams who are going to the Etihad and all staying at the back and conceding goals, all defending higher and still concede goals. That is the strength of this team. But we have to go there and play with personality. And we will see what will happen. But we don't want to hide. We want to perform and try to perform as best as we can.
Obviously, you know Pep Guardiola very well. He helped you during the early stages of your coaching career. He's been speaking about you this afternoon. He said it was an honour for you to do that. Do you still have a great relationship with him now?
We didn't speak for quite a long time, but yes, he was really helpful, because when I was doing my badges and when he was at Bayern Munich, he opened the doors for me to looking at the full session, and he spent some time with me after training or even in the evening, and that just showing the kind of person it is. So it was a privilege for me really to spend those quality time with him.
Those kind of memories are easily forgotten, though. It's his 200th Premier League game in charge of City tomorrow. Are you going to be there to ruin the party?
It's we're going to be there and try to perform well to leave Manchester with something.
That's something being a win. We heard from Conor Gallagher earlier in the week. He spoke really nicely about you. What kind of relationship do you have with him?
The same kind of relationship that I have with all the other 25 players, I will say. But working with Conor, it's a joy really, because he's a player who wants to full his potential. He wants to learn. He's prepared to work hard, and he's bringing his energy to the team. And yes, I think the staff, myself, we are really enjoying working with him.
He also said you're quite a funny man and take the mick out of him quite a lot. What do you like to pick up on him to get those laughs?
I think he should be the one who give you all this kind of information. I didn't know I was that funny, by the way.
So there's no particular aspect of his character that you like to joke about?
No, not at all.
No, but he's a pleasure to have around.
Yes. He's coming every morning with a big smile on his face and leaving the training ground with a big smile as well. And when he's on the field, he's working hard every single day. And he's a player that wants to full his potential. And I think that is really important tools to have as a player to improve yourself and to keep challenging yourself.
He's only on loan though. Come May, he'll go back to Chelsea. Is he someone that you would want at Selhurst Park on a permanent basis?
It's really too early to talk about this kind of decision. We are really glad that he decided to come to our football club, and I think we had the tools to attract him to our football club, and I believe that he made the right decision. But what will happen in the future, I think we have to wait a couple of months to talk about that.
There's just a couple more questions from me, if that's okay. Like you say, it's not just about Conor, it's about the whole squad. What's a successful season for Crystal Palace come the end of May? What would you regard as a success?
I think the success is, as a football club, we always want to improve in every aspect of it. How we play, we want to improve the goals that we scored, the goals that you concede. We want to finish higher in the table that we want. I think we try to improve every aspect of the game. And I think if we do that, obviously we will win more football matches and then we will finish higher in the table. But I think as a manager, one of my objectives is to get the best of every single players that I have under my control. And I think if I manage to do that, the teams will play better and we will win games and then we will finish higher. So there is a process to go through before thinking about what is success.
What is success is a good question, and we saw the unveiling of Crystal Palace's new academy yesterday. We know you're a North London legend, but could this academy allow you to become a legend in South London as well?
I think this academy will allow the football club to be more competitive about bringing young players to our football club. That is an important tool to help young players to develop themselves, because coaches, managers, you want a really good training facility that you can work and challenge players to be better players. And I think that is showing, as well as a football club, the commitment from the chairmen about prepare to give everything to players, to coaches, to improve themselves so we can produce more talent player in our football club.
And just finally from me, perhaps those players could get a more opportunity to play, because I've had recommended that the Premier League could go back up to 5 substitutes yesterday. What are your views on that? Do you think it provides an advantage or a disadvantage?
I think, like you said, there is both ways. There is teams that will be advantaged because of the numbers of players that they have. and you have other teams that I think will not going to be a great decision. And I believe that if they're going and pass that kind of decision, it will be not a good news for us as a football club. And to answer your question, I will be against it if that was the question, I would say, because I think top teams will be having too much advantage.
Sorry, just one more from me that I'd forgotten. I mentioned Pep's 200th game. He said he doesn't want to do another 200 at City. So if he was to leave City, would you take him on as an assistant?
I think the laugh answer that question.
I'll leave it there.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Chris. We'll go to Katie Shanahan from Premier League Productions.
Hi, Patrick. Good to see you.
Hi.
Can you take us back to when you made your debut for Manchester City as a player and compare that to how it feels now facing them as a Premier League manager?
Yes, I really wanted to come back to the Premier League, and Roberto Mancini was the manager at the time, and for me was to go to a place where I could play a little bit more games that allowed me to be more to have more chance of going to the World Cup in South Africa. And at that time at City was really good football club. I was really lucky to be at the right place at the right time, because the dimension of this football club was going on the right way, I will say it. And at City, I met some really good persons, some really good people, and that was a great time I had over there.
After you retired, you started your coaching career at Manchester City. So how much did the club as a whole help you in the early stages as a manager? Massively, because when I retired and the football club offered me this kind of ambassador role for me to spend time in any department of the football club to really understand how the football club is run, and for me to try to find my place, to find a space where I can bring my experience. And I will never going to thank them enough, because that 2 years allowed me to only understand what I wanted to do and to help me to make the right decision. So yes, they were really important time for me at that moment. And do you think these are the types of games where you learn the most about yourself as a manager?
Yeah, I think you learn in every game that you played, and obviously playing against City and looking at the strength of the teams, looking at the manager and looking at what they've been doing in the last couple of years. I will learn a lot about the team, about the players, about myself as a manager as well. And, you want to compete against those kind of teams, players, manager, because you want to see how good you are and how far you can go.
And finally from me, you're on this unbeaten run, but I know you're itching to get that first win in 5. So what do you want to see from your players in order to achieve the 3 points tomorrow?
I think I will want them to play with the same kind of competitiveness that we showed, the same kind of concentration, determination, and we played quite well as a team. And obviously, it's not enough yet, but I think we are going through a process where experience, maturity will improve the team, and that will allow us, I think, to win football matches. But what we are doing on the field, the way we played, I think it's quite really positive. But there is some aspect of the game that take time to develop, and one of them is this kind of maturity. You need to be strong at some really important moment in the game, and I think when we manage to get that kind of experience, we will be better and we will win football matches.
Thanks, Patrick. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. We'll go to Alex Howell, BBC Sport.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. Yesterday at the Academy Open, I saw you got to chat to Roy Hodgson. What did you speak about, and did you get any advice ahead of tomorrow?
No. We were just talking about his holidays. and obviously watch a couple of games, and we were just talking about how he's seen the team.
You mentioned earlier as well that against a team like Manchester City, it's very important to take your chances. Christian Benteke tweeted himself he was frustrated he didn't take more of his in the last match. Did you have to speak to him about that? And is it something you want more from the team to be more decisive?
Yeah, I think it's not just about Christian, and I do understand his frustration against Newcastle because he created those chances, and he knows how to score goals. He's been doing it all his career. I think it's the confidence that the majority of our forward players need to find, and that's first has to come from me and from my staff as well. But I don't have any doubt that those chances we will score. We will put them. We will score those goals. So it's about keep believing on ourselves, keep believing on the way we want to play the game, and with more confidence, with more experience, and I'm talking experience about the team experience, we will turn things around and win football matches, because at the end of the day, creating those chances is important as well. And now we just have to score those goals. And that is one of the most difficult things to do in our game.
Manchester City, everyone speaks about how good they are as a team. How would you get the message across to the players that they are beatable and they do have weaknesses?
There's not much to say really to the players, because, they watch games and they know City, Liverpool, Chelsea better than I do. So it's just about finding the right game organization to allow our players to express themselves. And if we are thinking about going to this kind of field and just wanted to defend, it will get a time where they will score goals because of the quality that they have. We have to be brave. We have to try to play our game and make it as difficult as we can for them. But we have to play with personality. I want the players to take responsibility on the field and to express themselves, because we have talent to make it difficult for them.
Thanks, Patrick. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the broadcast section.